music's coming. Yes. Yeah, you're so as per. Do we have one seat available here? One? No? Oh, there. Thank you.
Good evening, Spackenkill. How about this weather? The power of intention for all of you right here. We came through. So please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the patriotic tribute performed by our Spackenkill band. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated as we welcome our Spackenkill High School drumline directed by Mr. Misael Villa. You'll notice that they're heading over there right now because these students play in multiple different bands. give it up one more time for our band and our drum line, both directed by Mr. Misael Villa. Thank you very much. Dr. Fanueli, Dr. Mulford, Mr. Farrell, Board of Education President Mr. Kohler, Board of Education Trustee Dr. Horvath, Senator Rollinson, Commencement Speaker Ms. Mills, Ms. Moy, Mr. Lanzoni, honored guests, devoted faculty and staff, parents, guardians, and the class of 2026. It is with great honor and pleasure that I welcome you to this evening's commencement ceremony. Before we speak directly to our graduates, I do want to take a moment to thank Ms. Bogdan and Ms. Sotile for your commitment to this senior class. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Paul Fanueli, to give the welcome address. Dr. Fanueli.
Members of the Board of Education, faculty, families, parents, and most importantly, the graduating Spackenkill class of 2026, welcome. Parents, as you look at your children sitting here in your caps and gowns, I know exactly what you are thinking. You are thinking about how it feels just like yesterday you were dropping them off for the first day at Nassau for kindergarten. There's an old saying that perfectly captures parenthood and youth. The days are slow, but the years are fast. We hear it all the time. Time flies. It is the one consistent in our lives, yet it remains something we struggle to grasp. The philosopher William Penn once noted that time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Why is that? Because we treat time like a casual background track rather than what it actually is, the most valuable asset you will ever have. As you stand on the edge of the rest of your lives, I want you to imagine a very special bank account borrowing from an old parable. Imagine that an account that deposited $86,400 into your name each morning. But this account has strict rules. It carries over no balance from day to day. It allows you to keep no cash balance, and every single evening it cancels whatever part of the amount you fail to use during the day. What would you do? You would draw out every single dollar every day. You wouldn't let a penny go to waste. Graduates, you have such a bank account. Its name is time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes off as lost whatever time you fail to use wisely. It carries over no balance from day to day. It allows no afterdraft, so you can't borrow against yourself, and you can't have more time than what you have. There is never borrowing any time. Time is a currency you can never earn back, so you must spend it wisely. Time management is entirely yours to decide. How you spend your seconds is just as important as how you spend your money. Each day your account starts fresh. Each night it destroys any unused time. If you fail to use your day's deposits, it's your loss and you can't get it back. Now, human nature tells us that we try to cheat this system. We look at this bank account of time and we look for loopholes. Musicians and poets have been singing about these loopholes for decades, trying to rewrite the rules of this account. If you could save time in a bottle, as Jim Croce famously sang, you'd probably try to grasp these high school years forever. You'd bottle up your favorite games, your favorite concerts, and time with your friends. But you can't. Time cannot be bottled, paused, or stored. If I could turn back time, as Sheriff sang, many parents in this room would do in a single heartbeat just to hold you as babies again. But the clock only moves forward. There are no rewinds. To the parents sitting out there, you might look at these young adults and know exactly what Bob Dylan meant when he sang, "The times they are a-changing." The landscape of your family is shifting today. And graduates, because those times are changing, you might be tempted at your youth and think, time is on my side. The Rolling Stones made it sound like a luxury, but the truth is time isn't on your side unless you're actively spending it with purpose. If you aren't careful, you'll wake up and realize you have too much time on your hands, letting the days slip away. Worse yet, you may look at your upcoming freedom in college or the workforce and decide the only goal is to party all the time, as Eddie Murphy sang in the 80s. Now, a little celebration is earned, especially tonight, but if you spend all your currency that way, your account will quickly read zero. Because the reality of our lives is closer to what Muse sang, time is running out. Not in a scary way, but in an urgent, beautiful way. Every second that ticks is a dollar spent of your account. Today is what the band Semisonic famously called closing time. The specific chapter is over, and your count is resetting for the next one. To quote motivational speaker Michael Altshuler, the bad news is time flies. The good news is that you are the pilot. Yesterday, class of 2026, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why we call it the present. Your accounts have just been credited with a brand new day. You are the pilots now. Don't waste your currency. Spend it on kindness, on learning, on hard work, and on the people you love. Go out there and have the time of your life. Congratulations, Spackenkill class of 2026. We'll make every second count. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fanuelli. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming at this time Senator Rob Rollinson.
I am absolutely thrilled to be here this evening. And I have been sort of sweating this all day because, as many of you might know, I graduated from this high school 50 years ago in 1976. Which means a lot of things. I made it 50 years from walking out those doors, and I've gotten a bit older. But I was sitting in a place much like this 50 years ago, getting ready to graduate with my mom and my dad and my sister Ann, who graduated in 1982. She was an honors student, my sister. I was not. But coming back here this evening is very special for me to be able to say congratulations to all of you. I want to thank, of course, the superintendent, Paul Fanuelli, Principal Ken Lewis, the Board of Education, the entire faculty and staff for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight. Also, congratulations and well done to the valedictorian and salutatorian for your outstanding achievements. Give them a clap for that for sure. I'd also like to recognize your commencement speaker, Mrs. Heidi Mills, a dedicated teacher, and thank her for her 35 years of service to the students and the families of the Spackenkill School District. And to the teachers, parents, grandparents, family members, and this great entire Spackenkill community, thank you for the encouragement, support, and sacrifices you've made to help these graduates reach their important milestone. Now, my connection to Spackenkill, as I said, it didn't end with me. My sister Ann graduated here in 1982, and this school district has been an important part of my life and my family's life, starting years ago when I had the opportunity to go to Nassau School for kindergarten, first, second, and third, Martha Lawrence for fourth and fifth, 7 and 8 at the junior high school. Excuse me, I got to back up. I went to Hagen for 6, then I went to the junior high school for 7th and 8th. And then we had the honor as the class of 76 to be the first grade class that went through freshman to senior here at this great high school. And I want to tell you a little story about something that happened this morning, which kind of has framed my remarks. This morning we honored a veteran who at the age of 17 went to war. 17 years old, like many of you here today. And just like me, I was 17 when I graduated. And his name was Philip Bauer. And he answered that call, which was greater than himself, and he showed an extraordinary commitment not only to this country, but a civic responsibility of common purpose and commitment to service. And when he returned home, it didn't end. He continued serving his community for decades, proving that service isn't just something you do, it's a way of living. And every generation is called to serve in different ways. Your path may not be in the service, but your communities, your workplaces, and your families will need people like all of you right here who are willing to lead and to serve others and to work towards a common purpose. You know, there's an interesting connection between the class of 1976, because that was the bicentennial year. And now here we are in 2026, and it's Rev 250, celebrating 250 years, the same sort of historic milestone that I was part of, you're now part of. That's something unique that you will always share as part of this graduation story. And I can tell you, as someone who's getting ready to celebrate 50 years, we will be telling the stories at the end of July with my classmates and friends who will be gathering to have those very discussions. And as a member of the New York State Senate, I've had the privilege of visiting schools throughout this great 39th district, which is 3 counties. Every school has its unique strengths, but what I see everywhere is hope in the next generation. And this Spackenkill School District is no exception. So tonight, I think it's 136 graduates join the proud tradition of Spackenkill alumni. 50 years ago, my class was number 183 because we counted it in the yearbook. And many of those students I still see today, from kindergarten right on up to 12th grade. Now, many of you probably know that I served as a town of Poughkeepsie police officer for 26 years. And at one point on the stage in this high school, there were 10 Spackenkill high school graduates in uniform that served this community together. And let's give the town of Poughkeepsie Police Department a round of applause for the work they do every single day, keeping our community safe. And that says a lot about this school and this school district. Croft Corners Fire Company, right down the road. I served there for 14 years alongside students from Spackenkill, people that grew up in Spackenkill, people that served in Spackenkill. And that is the thing that makes this Spackenkill community really great. I'm with you. So the class of 2026, congratulations. Be committed to your communities. Be committed to one another. And never, ever underestimate the impact that one person can have through a life of service. Congratulations, God bless you, and best wishes as you begin this next chapter in life. And Dr. Fenuella, you sort of kind of opened the door on the music. I'm going to end with this in just a second. But I want to say this. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Once a Spartan, always a Spartan. In 1976, a little trivia here, a little retro, there was a tune that was one of the big tunes in 1976. It actually was from 1963. And it was Frankie Valli. And it was called, "Oh, What a Night." Have a great one.
Thank you, Senator Rollinson. At this time, I would like to call Angela Liu, Spackenkill class of 2026 salutatorian, to the podium. Angela will be attending Oxford University in the fall, pretty amazing, where she will be studying philosophy, politics, and economics. Angela's full bio is included in your programs. I give you Angela.
Good evening, everyone. To the class of 2026, who I've had the pleasure of growing up with for the past 12 years, our congratulations. And to our families, friends, faculty, and staff, thank you all for being here. Anyone who knows me knows my disdain for shallow pleasantries, so please know I mean it when I say thank you. I am truly grateful for your presence, and that goes well beyond tonight. Thank you all for your unyielding presence throughout our entire lives, both overt and inconspicuous. And that just means thank you for showing up. To our teachers, thank you for your presence in classrooms, passing down your knowledge of not only literature and Lewis structures and linearization, but also your knowledge of humanity, of the world around us, of who we are and who we should aspire to be. To our friends, thank you for your unyielding presence everywhere, on the walk up the hill each morning, on sports teams and buses to matches, on car rides surreptitiously crossing state lines for concerts. To our families, especially my mother and father, thank you for waking up with me on barren January mornings to cook breakfast before a big day. Thank you for endlessly supporting my most outlandish dreams, letting me be both the shallow teenager obsessed with Taylor Swift and the motivated feminist obsessed with Caitlin Collins in the span of every hour. Thank you for always being present. And that was a big theme this year, being present and staying in the moment. So thank you, Mr. Lewis and Mrs. Moy, for smothering us in that statement while telling us to store our phones in our lockers each morning, which we all did, obviously, as much as I hated totally walking all the way to my locker every single day and putting my phone and my AirPods, my laptop, my headphones, and my calculator away before class every single day. I'm really grateful for the presence of everyone around me and how you facilitated that this year. I'm also grateful that I was able to truly experience it, because a real presence is the foundation of interpersonal connection. I'm grateful for the Spackenkill education that naturally yielded deep, genuine relationships in my life. I'm grateful for Mrs. Upright and Mrs. Maloney in showing us what the true meaning of scientific research is. Beyond theories and work and vocabulary, it is passion and curiosity and learning from the people around us. I'm grateful for Ms. Fahey and Ms. Gerard, who have mentored me through my 4 years with SPAC newsletter, who have continually inspired me to refine my words in all types of media. For Mrs. Oakley, who pours her heart into her students while simultaneously showing us the world through words. Mr. Van Horn, who has taught us how to power through the challenges with humor and with joy. Madame Hart, who reminds us that the world is always so much bigger than we think. My violin teacher, Mrs. Francie Mann, for endlessly believing in me while also pushing me towards betterment. I'm grateful for Mr. Flint, who showed us that collaboration is fundamental to progress, and I'm grateful that the collective, unending presence of everyone in and out of this building we spent years in allowed for us to have someplace to return to, a home base. I've spent many hours in different pockets of Spackenkill, and naturally, I know we will all have the ample ability to accomplish so much. Our Spackenkill upbringing has provided us with not only the determination, but also the passion and empathy needed to create positive change in the lives of whomever we encounter. And that's my only request of all of you, who I've had such a great pleasure growing up with. You are all more than capable of doing great things, greater than being the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or running a tech startup in the Silicon Valley. You are capable of helping others and act infinitely more noble and righteous than anything else I just mentioned. We have enough billionaires, enough people revolutionizing the world with AI. What we need are people who will look out for themselves and theirs with the skills that they were raised with, and that's us. I'm hoping that it will be us, because in our 4 years here, we have been taught to use our voices, to listen to others, to show up and to be present. But not everyone has that privilege. There are teens our age in Sudan and Palestine, in Ukraine, who have endured war zones and famine instead of a supporting community in their most formative years. It is our responsibility to do what they cannot, whether that means having difficult conversations, truly living for ourselves. We owe it to ourselves and the people who raised us to be present, because those teenagers could have easily been us, and upon some wicked stroke of luck, we can gather freely on a night like this. So take a deep breath, find your mom in the crowd, take it in. We're so lucky to be here, to have grown up with each other. In this moment, we have the opportunity to steer our lives in whichever direction we want. In this liminal time between carefree childhoods and settling adult lives, we can kind of do whatever we want to. Make the poor decisions, get lost, find yourself, lose yourself again, because like Oscar Wilde said, to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. So live. Grip onto these moments of freedom and opportunity ahead of you and never let go. Live for today, for the unpromised tomorrow, for the people who raised us. Live for the people who can't. So congratulations again, class of 2026. I am beyond proud of every single one of you. And in true SPAC News fashion, that's a wrap, SPAC. See you soon.
Thank you, Angela. At this time, I'd like to call Annabelle Speck, president of the class of 2026, to the podium. Annabelle will be attending the University of Michigan, where she plans on majoring in chemistry and dance. Annabelle's full bio is included in your programs. At this time, I give you Annabelle.
Well. Good evening. I would like to thank you all for gathering here today to celebrate the class of 2026 and our accomplishment. I would also like to thank the Spackenkill faculty for their dedication to our success and education for the past 13 years, especially our class advisors, Ms. Sotal and Mrs. Bogdan, who dedicate so much time, to planning prom, our trip to Hershey Park, seniors in the city, senior sunrise, field day, all of our many fundraisers, and more. Finally, thank you to all of the teachers who we asked to be here today and who showed up for us, like Mrs. Maloney, who's attending her first graduation in 26 years. I hope you know how much we appreciate it and that we wanted you to be here today because you are what helped us get us here. When I started writing this speech, I thought what I should do is offer a piece of advice. But the more I thought about it, I realized, who am I to give you advice? Especially if I can't take everyone's simple advice of not rushing through our final year together. No matter how many people told me not to wish my senior year away and to take it slow, to take it all in, I still found myself hoping to go inside during our AP Physics Ultimate Frisbee games. Sorry, Mr. Herman. Or staring at the clock until 11:08 so I could go get Tony's pizza at lunch. Now that we are here, gathered all together one last time, after years of filling the same halls each day, I wish I could have truly taken that advice and savored every last moment with you. So just because I'm our class president doesn't mean I know any better than you. Maybe I know a little bit more about prom planning, but that doesn't put me in a position to give you any life advice. I don't have any life lessons to share with you because I haven't really had any yet. And I don't want to spend my time here this evening trying to give any when this next chapter is going to be new for me too. But my dad wanted me to let you all know that he has plenty of advice for you if you still want it. When I was originally trying to come up with advice to give, I realized just how little I know about my own future. Besides knowing where I'm going to school next year, I really don't know what else comes next, and I imagine many of you don't either. After some reflection, I realized that there is nothing wrong with simply not knowing. When questions are left unanswered, we get the chance to explore things we never would have before. The mistakes and failures that come from this exploration are all a part of life, and we will never learn anything about ourselves if we remain complacent. Risks are what will truly help us discover who we are. So you don't have to know the answer to every unknown now. This next chapter is our time to explore and find those answers. Coming from me, this must sound crazy, because you all know better than anyone that I've had my life planned out up until this moment since first grade. For years, I was always focused on the next goal, the next milestone, the next thing I needed to accomplish. But funny enough, I realized over the last few weeks that my plans kind of stopped here, and I feel kind of lost. So instead of getting a piece of advice to carry with you, I hope to bring you some comfort. There are thousands of students across the country who are also a part of the class of 2026, feeling exactly the way we do right now. But not knowing isn't something to fear, it's an opportunity. Even if you think you have it all planned out like I once did, please leave room for change and be open-minded, because some of our most meaningful future experiences and achievements in life will most likely come from paths we never planned to take. As our time together comes to an end, I would like to thank all of you, my classmates, for allowing me the opportunity to speak here today. Serving as your class president has been one of the greatest honors of my high school experience. Being trusted to represent our class has meant more to me than I can put into words. I hope I have represented you well and honored the confidence you placed in me. The memories we've created together and the milestones we've celebrated will stay with me long after today. Thank you for your support, your friendship, and for allowing me the privilege of serving as your president. I truly enjoyed the responsibilities that came with it. Thank you and congratulations to our class of 2026.
Thank you, Annabelle. I'm pleased and honored at this time to call Spackenkill class of 2026 valedictorian Saeed Hussein to the podium. Saeed will be attending Stony Brook University, where he plans on studying astronomy. Saeed's full bio is included in your programs. I give you Saeed.
Good evening, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty and staff, and Mr. Herman, friends, family, and of course, fellow graduates. I'm honored to stand before you today as a valedictorian of the class of 2026. To start, I want to thank the people who made this day possible. Thank you to all the teachers who have dedicated countless hours to our incessant questions and late-night emails. Thank you to Mr. Van Horn for all that you have done to humble us and teach us the importance of failure. Thank you to Mrs. Maloney for teaching us that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and for showing us that we should always follow our heart. And thank you to Mrs. Oakley for spending way too much time on school affairs and still managing to always put a smile on our faces. Thank you to parents, siblings, and any other extended family who have supported us throughout the years. And a special shout out to my sister and any other class of 2020 graduates who are doing their best to live vicariously through us today. And most importantly, thank you to Jalen Brunson. We couldn't have made it here without all of you. When I first started writing the speech, I had no idea what I was doing. So naturally, I did what any one of us would do. I doom scrolled through TikTok for ideas. I watched old graduation speeches, and a lot of them followed a similar formula. Tell an inspiring story, share a life lesson, and most importantly, make sure you have some sort of famous quote in there. I was looking for ideas, inspiration, and a few jokes that I could borrow. At first, I felt a little guilty about it, as a speech like this is supposed to be personal after all. It's supposed to have your own voice. But as I listened, I realized that none of us really develop our voices in isolation. Every speech I watched was built from lessons people had learned from someone else. Every story was shaped by teachers, friends, parents, mentors, and classmates. Everyone carries pieces of other people with them. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this is true for a lot more than just speeches. None of us are entirely original. We're all made up of pieces of other people. The way we speak, the way we think, the jokes we tell, the values we carry, the ambitions we have, most of those things didn't appear out of nowhere. They were given to us, taught to us, or borrowed from someone we admired. A teacher introduces us something new, a friend changes the way we see the world, a parent gives us advice that we swear we'll never use until one day we hear ourselves repeating it. Without noticing, we collect these pieces, and over time, they become part of who we are. There's a quote I love that says, "I am all the people I have ever loved." I included the quote, you guys, don't worry. I see pieces of my friends in the way I joke. I see pieces of Mrs. Upright in the way I think and treat others. And I see pieces of my sister in the choices I make. And I imagine the same is true for all of us. And as we leave tonight, we're all going to be going to different places. Some of us may stay in touch for years, some of us may never see each other again after tonight. But even then, we'll take parts of each other with us. The people we meet don't just pass through our lives, they leave something behind. Because years from now, when we've all gone our separate ways, a small part of who we become will still be made up of the people sitting here tonight. That's a comforting thought, isn't it? The future is a pretty intimidating thing to think about. We're all about to leave this place and start building lives of our own. But the good news is we won't be doing it alone. We'll carry with us the lessons, friendships, and questionable advice we've collected along the way. So wherever those pieces take us next, the possibilities are endless. You could do anything. The sky is the limit. You could run for office, start a business, could give up on that business and manage a McDonald's, and then turn that McDonald's into a casino, and then that casino into a data center. Or you could just be a doctor, I guess. There's another quote I love that says, "Find something you die for and live for it." I had 2 quotes this speech. I really made it. Whatever that thing is for you, I hope you chase it relentlessly. And when you do, I hope you remember the people who helped get you there. Whether it be the friends who stood beside you or the family members who believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. Because none of us truly got here alone. And that's the biggest thing I've learned over the past 4 years. We like to celebrate individual accomplishments, we rank students, we name a valedictorian, but the truth is no accomplishment belongs to just one person. Every success story is really a collection of people, a collection of lessons, a collection of moments, and a collection of borrowed pieces. Tonight, we celebrate the end of one chapter, but tomorrow those pieces will keep traveling with us. So as we leave tonight, I hope we carry the best parts of us, of this place, with us. The curiosity our teacher inspired, the kindness our friends showed us, and the resilience we've built together, and most importantly, pieces from each other. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you, good luck, and let's make sure we're worth borrowing from.
Thank you, Saeed. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this year's 2026 commencement speaker, Miss Heidi Mills. Miss Mills has been teaching at Spackenkill for 35 years. You could stay next to me. Come on. Throughout her years in the district, she has taught at Hagen, Nassau, and Todd Middle School. An elementary teacher at heart, she is passionate about interdisciplinary teaching, making learning relevant, and of course, having fun along the way. She'll be retiring this year and will be sorely missed. And you can read Miss Mills' full bio in your program. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Miss Heidi Mills.
Good evening, administration, faculty, proud parents, families, and most of all, the amazing Spackenkill High School class of 2026. When I received the incredibly thoughtful invitation to serve as your commencement speaker at this June 18th graduation ceremony, I was deeply moved. As many of you know, I am preparing to retire after 37 years of teaching, 35 of which have been here at Spackenkill. Spackenkill has become my second home, and as I stand here today, I realize how beautifully our paths are aligned. It was actually an 8th grade student who said something similar to me as she was preparing for her 8th grade moving up ceremony. As I look back over my career to figure out what parting wisdom I could offer you, I kept coming back to 3 fundamental principles that have guided me. These aren't classroom rules. They are principles that have helped me along life's journey, and I believe could help you as you begin navigating the world outside of Spackenkill. The first principle is that everybody is different. Be you and the best version of yourself. There is only one of you. When we all come together with our unique gifts and talents, we can do amazing things. Diversity makes any team stronger. Throughout your high school careers, most of you have been part of some sort of team. Maybe it was a sports team like volleyball, soccer, crew, or football. Maybe it was Math Counts or Science Olympiad or Leo Club. Individuals with diverse skills form highly effective teams because they combine complementary strengths. This enables the team to tackle complex problems, foster innovation, and booster overall productivity. Each of you comes with a unique skill set. You are beautifully made to be exactly who you are. Even though we all have different backgrounds, it is these differences that allow teams to approach challenges from multiple angles. Another great thing about diversity within a team is that team members can focus on tasks that align with their core competencies rather than spreading themselves too thin. If you can remember back to 6th grade social studies, and Mr. Clone is still here, okay, you probably remember calling that specialization of jobs. This specialization maximizes efficiency and improves the quality of work. A team with diverse skills can divide work according to individual working styles and strengths, ensuring all phases of a project are handled by the right person. Specialization of jobs is one of the reasons the middle school has moved towards departmentalizing subject areas. One of my biggest challenges when teaching just math has been creating projects in class that allow students to use their gifts and talents to have fun and still feel good about math. Not everyone gets as excited as I do to see how the formula for a trapezoid was developed or how algebra and geometry come together so beautifully. But creating a parody about exponents or order of operations and performing for others in class, repurposing a leader model project, writing a 100% me poem, running all aspects of a school store, or helping with a carnival of probabilities. These are some of the projects where students could see firsthand how their gifts could be used. Students would enjoy seeing others, how they use their gifts and talents to tackle problems. It not only made math more fun, but it showed everyone how differently problems could be approached. Having individuals with diverse talents come together couldn't be more true than we look at music. Different instruments are the building block of a cohesive musical arrangement. When combined, their importance lies in how they complement each other. For an ensemble to work, the different components must share the sonic space properly. If too many instruments occupy the same space, a song becomes chaotic. Effective blending is often achieved through good songwriting or music mixing, and this ensures every instrument serves its unique purpose. You have a purpose. That purpose will change through the years, but you are important. Not because of what you do, but simply because of who you are. I can't help but think to a favorite movie of mine, The Help. Aibileen Clark, one of the main characters, wants to instill how important the young child she is caring for is, and repeats the phrase, "You is kind, you is smart, you is important." This is true for each and every one of you. In my years of service, I've seen thousands of students pass through our doors. Middle school is my favorite age, no offense, but it's because students are desperately trying to figure out who they are, okay, and who they want to be. I think this is probably true for some of you right now. My advice is be you. There is only one of you. The world doesn't need a carbon copy of someone else. Your goal moving forward is to be you and the best version of you. Give the world your authentic self, because that is the only asset you possess that no one else can replicate. I realize I spent a lot of time on this first principle. I believe it is essential that you understand you have unique gifts and talents, and when you share those gifts, the world is a better place. The second principle to remember is that people matter. The most important person is the one right in front of you. So it's important to be alert. When you look back at your time at Spackenkill years from now, you won't remember the exact grade you got on a random pop quiz, or when you got a detention if you did. You will remember the human connections. You'll remember the teacher who stayed late to help you understand a difficult concept, the coach who believed in you when you wanted to give up, the friends who sat with you at lunch when you were having a rough day, or the ones you met up with at Barnes & Noble to help each other prepare for a test. As I pack up things and prepare to leave Todd, I won't look back and think of the stacks of paperwork, the staff meetings, or the administrative stuff. I will think of the faces. I will think of the smiles, the shared hugs and laughter, the morning greetings, playing spoons during homeroom, Taco Tuesdays during class, Nasha News on Friday mornings. I will miss simple conversations in the hallway while on hall duty. And as much as I detest lunch duty, I will miss catching up with 7th graders. So what's the life lesson? To build a life of genuine significance, you must realize that the most important person is the one right in front of you. In your next chapters, be alert, look up from your screens, look people in the eye, listen to their stories, and offer your undivided attention. Success means nothing if you don't lift up the people along the way. Principle number 3, never quit. Keep forward momentum. You all know what it feels like to hit a wall. Think of the brutal late-night study sessions, an exhausting practice, a breakup, a family crisis. There were undoubtedly moments over the last 4 years where walking away or giving up felt like the easiest option. But you didn't. You adapted. You relied on those around you. You kept showing up. That resilience is why you are sitting here with your caps and gowns today. My career wasn't a straight line of easy days either. In fact, my start was quite jagged. It wasn't until my junior year in college that I realized what I wanted to do. I was quite unhappy as a poli-sci major and decided to study abroad for a semester. When I came back, I switched my major to elementary education, and I couldn't have been happier. It took me an extra semester to graduate, but that semester away is exactly what led me to what I'm doing right now. The secret to longevity and fulfillment in your life is remarkably simple. Don't stop. Keep growing. Life lesson: when life knocks you down, and it will, get up and keep moving. Take one small step, dust yourself off, and maintain forward momentum. Never quit. Keep moving. I was speaking to a friend of mine who turned 101 this month, and that was her advice to me upon my retirement. Don't sit still too long. Keep moving. And at age 101, I think she knows what she's talking about. So in closing, I'd like to share a memory of mine with you. It was on a family vacation to the Jersey Shore. My younger son ran up to me quite upset because there were kids on the shoreline chopping up the jellyfish that had washed ashore. He didn't understand why they were doing this and wanted them to stop. He began scooping them up in his bucket and bringing them back to the ocean. Honestly, I don't know if they were alive or not, but to him they were, and his passion to save them was inspiring. I encouraged him not to fight with the other children, but to keep doing what he felt was right. Meanwhile, my older son was sitting in a beach chair immersed in the ocean. The waves were gently rolling in. Pure joy. Imagine the sun beating down on you. The rush of water, salt air. It doesn't get much better than that. Until a huge wave came and knocked him over, chair and all. Even his glasses were a casualty. I share this story with you because my boys are so different, and their differences make me love them even more. They're following their own paths, each making the world a better place. They are passionate, they get knocked down, but they keep moving forward. This is my hope for each and every one of you. Number one, that you know your value, that you are loved, and that you matter. You make a difference simply by being you. Number two, that you know the people you come into contact with, whether it is only for a brief moment or for the long haul, matter. A smile or kind word can turn someone's day around. You make a difference in other people's lives, and they make a difference in yours if you let them. So congratulations on making it this far in life's journey. After all the fanfare, take some time to reflect on where you've been and where you are heading, and it's okay if you don't know yet. Be sure to remember principle number 3, to never quit. Keep moving forward. No one has everything figured out yet. Remember on this journey that growing starts new every day. And so, congratulations, class of 2026. Step out into this new chapter with confidence and remember how much you are loved and valued.
Thank you, Ms. Mills. Please join me at this time in welcoming our Board of Education President, Mr. Daniel Kohler, to speak on behalf of the Board of Education.
The wind is kicking up here. Good evening, administration, faculty, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. It is an absolute honor to stand before you, looking at your class, the talented young people sitting in those caps and gowns. It is impossible not to feel incredibly positive about where we are headed. Graduates, you are stepping out into the world at a genuinely remarkable moment in history. Next month, our nation will celebrate its semi-quincentennial, 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 2.5 centuries of an ongoing, audacious experiment in self-governance. But in the grand scheme of history, 250 years is incredibly short. To put it in perspective, I have been here for 20% of this nation's entire existence. This is still a young, unfolding story, and today is a passing of the torch. You are the leaders who will take the handoff and will write the history for the first leg of the next 250 years. That is an extraordinary privilege, but it comes with a brand new set of challenges. The world you are inheriting isn't just fast, it's loud. You are bombarded daily by an unprecedented flood of information. Every day you have to navigate media bias, hyper-partisan politicians, and algorithms specifically engineered to feed an echo chamber where alternative viewpoints are filtered out or negatively distorted. Well, how do you combat that? You look right back at the foundation you built here in Spackenkill. You have been given a world-class base education, but more importantly, you have been taught how to think and not what to think. Do not let an algorithm do your thinking for you. Use your critical thinking skills. Question assumptions. Look for objective truth. Test hypotheses. Seek out diverse viewpoints. And have the courage to change your mind when faced with facts. In a world full of noise, intellectual integrity is your superpower. As you step into your roles as citizens and leaders, remember that the continued progress of this great nation doesn't depend on what Washington does for us. It depends on what you contribute to it. We cannot passively rely on government to solve our collective problems. True progress is built from the ground up by independent, driven individuals working together. 65 years ago, President John F. Kennedy famously challenged the country, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." That call to action is louder today than ever. Some 20 years later, President Ronald Reagan reminded us of a sobering truth about our way of life. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Class of 2026, protecting that freedom and driving our progress is your mandate now. Armed with your education, your values, and your minds, I have absolute confidence that our next 250 years will be brighter, freer, and more prosperous than the last. Before you take that next giant leap, take a look around. You didn't get to this stage alone. As I close today, let's take a moment to thank the truly special people who have carried you through this first part of your life's journey. To the incredible Spackenkill faculty and staff who gave you the tools to think critically. To the parents, grandparents, siblings, guardians, and friends who provided endless encouragement, structural support, and unconditional love that helped get you across the finish line. Graduates, make sure that you honor and cherish and thank those special people. Congratulations, Spackenkill class of 2026. Go out there and build the future and continue to make us proud.
Thank you, Mr. Kohler. It is now my honor, the moment we've all been waiting for, to begin reading the names of our 2026 Spackenkill High School class. Our first 7 graduates who will receive their diplomas, if you'd please stand and line up. So everybody's going to line up. So I have to jump around here. I'm going to have you guys all come. You're going to come around. In front of Yep. And then right there. Valedictorian Saeed Hussein. Salutatorian Angela Liu. President Annabelle Speck. Vice President Caroline Sotile. Secretary Katie Hanneberg. Treasurer Claire Amos.
Happy birthday, Claire!
Historian Rebecca Nichols. All right, if the first row would please stand.
Here, there's one more here.
Isaiah Abraham. Ibrahim Akhtar. Adriana Alessandro. Jaden Alexander. Mohammed Aliazjean. Josiah Ameng. Logan Amos. Anthony Baez. Hector Baez Jr. Alexander Baginski. Griffin Baird. Sophia Beeman. Tobias Bingham. Rose Blackman. Joshua Bodrick. Janelle Bolden Sestero. Jacob Brandenburg. Jedediah Brenneman. Ashley Burgess. Adelina Buzetta. Madeline Canella. Liam Carroll. Sabrina Chung. Elijah Chuba. Eleanor Clifton. Karishma Kamar Singh. Braden Cookenham. Kaysen Cummings. Rain Darby. Catherine Darcy. Sophia Davies. Brooke Davis. Nicolette Deerstein. Andrea Del Moral. Janelle Dennis. Mackenzie Devitt. Alina Diaz. Britannia Dickinson. Henry Duenas Anguisaka. Francis Udy.
Justin Fakori. Kathleen Fanja. Joshua Francois. Riley Galvin. Meredith Jaboni. Hadami Gendron. Jonathan Gonzalez. Leah Green. Isabella Guzman Bongiorno. Najib Haddad. Alina Haddad. Jason Hamlin. Anna Haridevra. Madeline Hasbrook. Amelia Haid. Usli Jama. Violet Jamal. Adrian James. Adam Kershid. Nuri Kim.
Makai Knox. Carter Kramer. Benjamin Kurkowski. Grace Kunkel. Kai Lamana. Sanjaya Swaby. Robert Lobby. Caitlin Leibolt. Yuhan Lin. John J. Lindsay. Isabella Machado. Adam Ma. Michael Marafiotti. Cameron Martin. Jamir Masesa. Derek Maxwell. Seth McMahon. Madison McPhee. Martin McQuaid. Manhattan Motto. Dominic Morris. Juliana Morris. Aaron Morani. Gabriella Murphy. Liam Oliveri. Elliot Orlando. Andrew Park. Eva Parsons. Luca Porco. Shay Ramos. Skylar Rawls.
John Rivera. Jadalyn Rivera. Grayson Rowe. Wayne Daniel Russell. Christiana Salerno. Mateo Scala. Ruby Schwager. Amadou Cisse. Owen Sheldon.
Cody Sherman. Maggie Shee. Angelo Silvestri. Lily Grace Stavinaugh. Colin Stevens. Nathaniel Stout. Leanne Strelick. Betty Stroman. Zebdiel Suarez. Dylan Soltzer. Jaden Texador. Jalen Thompson. Janelle Tyrell. Hunter Usechi. Abaso Diongse. Diana Vargas. Jocelyn Walker Ricks. Akil Wilkes. Deanna Williams. Thorin Williams. Chase Winkleman. Brody Woolman. Nathan Yachts. Yasmin Shagway.
I'm a little overwhelmed right now. I got that far with the glass not breaking, and then it broke at the end, so sorry. Give it up, everybody. We're not done yet. I will now ask Annabelle to come up to the podium to pass down the class key from the class of 2026 to the class of 2027's president, Makai Smack.
On behalf of the class of 2026, I would like to wish you and the rest of the class of 2027 the best of luck in the future and ask that you uphold the traditions that we and past classes have established.
Thank you, and on behalf of the class of 2027, we wish all of you the best in your future endeavors.
All right, class of 2026. As I complete my first year as your principal, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I came to be in this position in front of you, perseverating on the tremendous responsibility that falls on my shoulders for the future of this community, the Spackenkill community. I've thought a lot about a young child, one who struggled to figure out how he could become what he wanted to be, and how that same child became the person that's standing before you today. Graduates, look around this field. All of us, me, your parents, your teachers, everyone here on stage, including your peers, were child dreamers once. We were kids who lived with the blissful ignorance of how difficult navigating this life would be. We were teenagers with our entire lives ahead of us, searching for answers to all of our wonders and all of our fears. I'm turning 40 this year, and with that milestone comes a little bit of wisdom. The wisdom to know that you can be the narrator of your story, or you can be a character in somebody else's. The decisions you make, the way you treat people, and the way you carry yourselves, that is what defines how your one precious life is going to turn out. For me, every connection I've made, every lesson I've learned from the bad to the good has helped me come to the realization that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And that place is here with all of you on your graduation day. Thank you for allowing me to serve as your principal. Class of 2026, you're going to be remembered. You'll be marked as the class who took back your identities because you chose to disconnect. Not only to detach from screens, but to be an example of true leadership in doing just that. Our theme this year was simple. We disconnect so that we can connect. You should feel proud of leading us through such a historic moment, because that's exactly what this is. This is a historic moment where we in New York and you recognize the deep concerns of living a life through screens and social media. We can't ignore technology, but you've worked hard to recognize the difference between a healthy lifestyle and an unhealthy one. And all of us here thank you for choosing self-care. We still have a long way to go in navigating this brave new world, but I hope that you have learned to never lose your voice. I hope you've learned to tune out the keyboard warriors, you know, the internet tough guys, the trolls, the cyberbullies, the people who never see your efforts and never miss your mistakes. Most importantly, I hope you feel that the teachers at Spackenkill assisted you in the endeavor to discover who you are at a time when 1,000 algorithms are convincing you of who you should be. If I may, let me tell you that if you are a good person and if you're doing your best and you're not trying to hurt anybody, you are phenomenal. To the graduates before me, if you would, take a moment right now, turn around, look out into the crowd, find the faces of your family, look into the camera for those watching at home, and take a pause to say thank you. Thank you for your years of unwavering devotion, for the quiet sacrifices, for the unwavering support that has carried you to this milestone here. The truth is very simple, everybody. Without them out there, your seat here today would be empty. Let us all share a moment of quiet gratitude because they are your lighthouse. Now, as we prepare for the turning of the tassel, I'm reminded of lyrics from unarguably the GOAT. It's a message fitting for a class full of fire starters. If you know the words, hopefully some in the audience do, say them with me. It starts like this. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you there's something else, the afterworld, a world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Poughkeepsie, you know the one, Dr. Everything will be all right. Instead of asking him how much of your time is left, how much of your mind is left. Because in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. In this life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to bring you down, what are we going to do? Go crazy, punch a higher floor. Class of 2026, you now have a feather in your cap, an accolade that will live with you forever, and one that no AI could ever replicate. You're a graduate of Spackenkill High School, and Spackenkill will forever be a better place because you were part of it. Congratulations, class of 2026. We have one more important ritual left, graduates. I'm going to ask you to all please stand. Annabelle, I'm going to have you come up to the front and center here. And Annabelle is going to lead everybody in turning your tassels from right to left. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the class of 2026. Congratulations. We're going to process out, and then I'm going to ask the families to remain seated because we're going to process back onto the field, and we're going to invite everybody onto the field for pictures.
back and stand that. Look up here, let me show you how you rack it up. Once you've cleared your music, you do this, and then you put mouth